Hello, my name is Sarah Ludwig. Welcome to my video explaining about record books. So in this video, I'm just going to go over record books and the forms that you should be using and the order that you should be putting them in. This is just a general overview of your record book. So if you have any specific questions, make sure to reach out either to your club leader or to me and we can help you put your record book together. At any time, you can also come into the office and pick up your record book forms if that's something you need to do. Or you can stop in and make an appointment with me and we can sit down together and put your record book together. Hopefully this will help you, so I'm going to get started. So first off, I did put together a sample record book for you guys so that you can see what I am doing and you can see a little bit about what one should look like. So your record book should start off with a cover sheet or a binder cover. So this is on the website, and a lot of people also use their record book as just their general book that they use for their 4-H meetings. So that is totally fine. If you want to bring this to your meetings with you, go right ahead. Keep your meeting information in there. That's great. But make sure you also have some of these other forms in there when you finish your record books. So again, start with the cover page. This just has the logo, the 4-H logo, the club name, and your name. So I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can see these documents a little bit better instead of trying to see mine from the screen. First of all, you can find all of the forms on the Dubuque County 4-H website. So that is our extension website, so extension.iastate.edu/Dubuque/4-H. So if you're on our website, you can go all the way over to the bottom, well not quite to the bottom, but over here on the left-hand side, or the right-hand side, I should say, are all of our Dubuque County Fair forms, and then if you keep scrolling, the record book information. So here are all of these forms. Again, we do have all of these printed in the office, so I can mail out copies to you, or you can stop by anytime we're open and pick up these forms. So I have already opened all of these, so I didn't have to do it now, but the first one, how to put your record book together, is just a quick tip sheet on the things that you need in your record book. So goes over everything that you'll need, your cover page, self-evaluation, yearly summary, project records, photography, livestock project records, and then anything else that you want to put in there. So newspaper clippings, programs, ribbons, etc. Think of it also as a little bit of a scrapbook instead of just forms. We want to be able to see how your year was and some of the exciting things that you did. The back side has a record book order example, so if you're wondering what order to put things in, you can follow along with this sheet. So the first thing you'll want to put in is the binder cover. So again, like I showed you, that'll be on the front part of your binder. I also have some of these printed in the office, and along with that, I didn't show you this. Let me stop sharing and show you, is a side binder cover. So if you want that, we also have some of those printed and you can pick those up as well, or I can send them to you. Let me share again my screen. So this is the binder cover. This is the record book award application. So every 4-H member, if they've completed at least 1 year, should be completing a record book every year. So you don't have to turn it in for awards, but you should still be doing your record book. And as we go through these forms, I'll explain some of the things that you need or maybe don't need and things that are recommended. So if you want to apply for county or state awards, this is the sheet you'll fill out. And you can apply for all the different project areas. So you would just turn this in with your record book to the office or to your leaders and they can get it to me. And we will judge you here at the office, or judge your book. So first thing, like I said, the binder cover. The next thing, let me stop sharing again. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but the next thing you'll want in there is the cover page. So that is just a blank page. I'll show you mine. That has your photo, your name, your club, and the year. So because, you know, I'm not in a club, I just did Dubuque County 4-H, the year, and then how many years I've been in 4-H, which again, change that every year to what you're actually in. And then last year, not really last year, but I have another one, same thing. So you don't have to print that off. You can attach an actual picture if you want, glue one on there, tape it on there, whatever works best for you. That was just what I did. So now that we've got your binder cover in and your cover page with your picture and your name and year on it, we are going to do your self-evaluation. So let me share my screen and I'll pull that up. So here is your self-evaluation. So it's pretty simple to fill out. It just asks you a few questions and wants you to answer how you did. If you did your best, if you did okay, could you do better, did you need help with it? And we do want you to be honest here. This is for you to fill out and to figure out how you can improve for next year. So we want you to be honest when you're filling this out. If you would turn your record book in for judging, we are not going to judge what you put here. We just judge if you filled it out and if you're being honest with yourself. So again, we are not going to judge what you put on there, just if you filled it out. So we want you to ask yourself, did you set your goals before the beginning of the year? Did you plan and describe what you did? Did you feel organized? Did you keep your financial records in a safekeeping? Did you include how you felt about the project? And then anything else that you might need to know. So that's pretty simple. So after that, you will want to do the 4-H summary. So this is your yearly summary, and whether you turn in awards or not, this is something you should be filling out. It's very simple, just your 4-H participation. So how many club meetings did you go to? Did you go to any 4-H events? Did you do any state events or county events? Are you involved in any committees in your club? Here is the basic 4-H project area. So the basic one is for 4th through 6th graders, our junior members. The experienced is for 7th through 9th graders, and the advanced is our 10th through 12th graders. So they get the questions get a little bit more specific the older you get. So your beginner basic 4-H project area. So you only need to fill this out per project area. So let's say you brought 2 home improvement projects to the fair. You would only need to fill this sheet out once, or say you brought 2 sheep to the fair. Again, you would only need to fill this sheet out once. You don't need to fill it out per project, but instead per area. So just beginning of the year, what did you think about the project? What did you want to learn? During the year, what did you do during the year? So if you're, for example, doing a home improvement project area. So at the beginning of the year, you thought about maybe what project you wanted to do, what did you want to learn, and some things that you thought you would do throughout the year. During the year, what did you actually do? Again, what was your favorite part? What did you learn? And then recognition. So the end of the year, how did you feel? What did you do? And then end of the year, what would you like to do next year in this project area? This can be as simple or as detailed as you want it to be. The more years that you have in 4-H, the harder we will be on judging it. So even if you're a 6th grader or 7th grader, but this is your first year in 4-H, we're not going to be as hard judging because we know that this is just your first year. The more experience you get with it, the more we are going to expect more details out of you. So if this is your first or second year, you could just put 1 or 2 sentences in each of these areas, and that would be great. So it doesn't need to be super hard. So let me go back to the website here to show you guys. So as you'll see, we do have project worksheets for market animals, breeding animals, and then photography, and then dairy, poultry, rabbit, and horse. So if you do photography or any livestock project areas, you will need to fill out this project area sheet along with that specific sheet. So for photography, I would fill out this basic project area record sheet, and then I would also fill out the photography project worksheet. Again, just fill out one of these. Even if you would do 2 photography projects, you would just need to fill out one of these worksheets. So same with the livestock. If you do market animals, let's say you had sheep, like I said before, you would fill out one of these basic project area sheets, and then one of the market or breeding, whichever one you did, project area sheets. These livestock sheets just go a little bit more into detail, so more so like the cost of it, the weight of it, how much did it weigh, how much did it gain, how many days did you feed it, did you make any money. Just put in there the information that you have. So you might not have all of this information anywhere saved, but just fill it out to the best of your ability, as best as you can. Again, just 1 per project area. So if you brought 2 pigs or 2 market beef or 2 breeding beef, you just need to fill this sheet out once. Same with the dairy. So this is what the dairy looks like. The poultry workshop or worksheet. The rabbit worksheet, very similar to the poultry one. And then the horse and pony worksheet. So all of these are right here on the website and also at the office. So I can send those out to you. I can have you stop and pick them up, whatever works best for you, or you can just download them and print them at home. As you noticed, all those sheets were editable and fillable on the computer. So if you want to type them up, if it's easier for you to type them up instead of write it out, type them up and print them out. If you want to type them up and then I print them, I can do that too. Whatever is easiest for you, we are willing to help with. So now that we've gone over all the sheets, so you did your cover page with your photo and your club and the year. Then you did the self-evaluation, so how did you think you did this year? And then your yearly summary, so listing all of the club meetings that you went to and what you did. And then you have your project area worksheets. So you have those filled out. Now what order do we put those in? So let me pull up again that sheet that I showed you. That gives you an example of it. So you want to put the like things together. So you want to put your cover page, your yearly summary, and your self-evaluation all kind of together. So you would do the 2019-2020 cover page, self-evaluation, yearly summary, and then you would do the 2018-2019 cover page, self-evaluation, yearly summary, so on and so forth. And then you would move on to your project records. So you would do your 2019-2020 project area, and then do all of those same projects together. So as you can see, I've got this year's woodworking project record, last year's woodworking project record, and then the year prior's woodworking project record. And then I would move on down to photography. So I would do photography project record and then the photography worksheet from this year, and then move on to last year's photography worksheet and record, and as many as you have. And then very last, you would put any previous projects that you have done but did not do again this year. So you can leave those in there even if you did not do that project this year, but just move it to the back. So I'll try to show you as best as I can with my example of the record book. So here you can see I have tabbed 2019, 2020, my cover page, my self-evaluation, and then yearly summary, and then I did my photos and my newspaper clippings. And then after that, I moved into 2018, 2019 with the cover page, self-evaluation, and yearly summary. So after that, I moved into my project records. So here I have tab food and nutrition. And then I did food and nutrition 2019, 2020. And I have the form here. And then I went to food and nutrition from 2018, 2019. And then the form again. Sorry, I know this is a little backwards for you guys. And then, for example, I did my breeding animals. So I have breeding sheep 2019, 2020. Then I have the project area worksheet or record form, and then the breeding animal worksheet. Then I went on to last year's. So then I did all of this year's projects. Horse and pony I did. And then after that I put, oh, that was just an example. Sorry, let me go back. Then after I did all of this year's projects, I put in the previous year's projects. So even though I didn't do it this year, I don't have a photography project from this year, but I still put photography in there at the very end and put the photography area or project area form and then the photography worksheet all at the back. So that's kind of it. So the more years that you're involved in 4-H and the more projects that you do, the larger your book is going to get. As you can see, this book is pretty small, and I only did a couple years in here, and it's full already. So your books are going to get pretty big. If you want to keep one book specifically that you use for club meetings and then a separate record book form or record book, that's fine. Some people I know when they're in high school and they've been in here for 6-7 years have a couple different books. So if you do have 2, maybe 3 record books that has like last year's forms or previous year's forms, you do not have to hand in all 3 books. We just need the most prior year's books to judge. So I hope that gives you a good overview of record book judging. I know that went by really quick. And it was a lot of information. If it works better for us to sit down and talk about it and walk through it, we can do that. Again, just let me know, and I am here to help. So thank you, and I hope this helps you when putting together your record book.